Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are sharing with you a touching, sad, and meaningful story to practice English. It is the story of a good and beautiful woman who faces many temptations. Then, she is falsely accused of adultery and goes through many hardships. But will she give up? Will the truth be revealed? Follow the story to find out. Let's begin. A long, long time ago, there was a wise judge named Yusuf. He was known for his honesty and fairness. One day, Yusuf had to travel to a faraway place, so he left his home in the care of his brother Shimon. Yusuf had a wife named Layla. She was a kind, beautiful, and pious woman who spent her days praying and taking care of their home. One day, while Layla was busy with her household work, Shimon felt a strong desire for her. He entered the room smiling and said, "Layla, why are you always so busy? Don't you want to spend some time with me?" Layla was shocked by his words. She replied, "Fear God, Shimon, and do not betray your brother." Even though Shimon tried many times to win her over, sometimes using sweet words and sometimes threats, Layla remained faithful to her husband and trusted in God. That night, an evil thought filled Shimon's heart. The devil appeared to him in the form of a man and whispered, "If Layla does not obey you, accuse her of adultery." Shimon followed this wicked advice and threatened Layla, saying that if she did not give in to him, he would falsely accuse her. With great courage, Layla replied, "Do whatever you want, I will never betray my husband." But Shimon was determined. He took her to the court and falsely accused her of adultery. He even brought false witnesses to support his lie. The judges sentenced Layla to be stoned. The people gathered in the town square and threw stones at her. Later that night, a kind camel driver named Ibrahim passed by the square and heard the sound of weak crying. Layla was still alive. Ibrahim felt pity for her, so he saved her and took her to his home. Although Layla was weak and wounded, she thanked Ibrahim for his kindness. One day, one of Ibrahim's friends saw Layla and felt a strong desire for her. He tried to force her, but she refused. He threatened to kill her, but she still refused and remained strong in her faith. Late at night, he entered her room to kill her, but by mistake he killed Ibrahim's son instead. In the morning, Ibrahim's wife accused Layla of killing their son. Ibrahim defended Layla, but his wife said, "You love her, that's why you protect her." Heartbroken, Ibrahim gave Layla some money and told her to leave his home. Alone and in despair, Layla walked in the dark night. On her way, she found a man named Khalid tied to a tree. He was punished because he could not pay his debt. Layla felt sorry for him, so she used the little money she had to pay his debt and free him. Grateful, Khalid promised, From now on, I will serve you." Together they traveled toward the sea. Near the shore, Khalid tried to win Lila's heart, but she refused. At the coast, a merchant on a ship stopped nearby. Khalid said, "I have a servant woman to sell." The merchant bought Lila for 300 gold coins. Lila shouted, "I am free, not a slave." But the merchant admired her beauty and took her to the ship by force. During the journey, the merchant tried to charm Lila, but she refused him. Then he tried to force her, but at that moment a strong storm came. The winds grew wild, and the ship sank. God protected Lila, and the waves carried her to a kingdom ruled by a just king. The king listened to Lila's story. He felt sorry for her and admired her faith. So, he built a small house for her where she could pray. Soon, people heard about her kindness and faith. Many sick and needy people came to her, asking for her prayers and blessings. God answered her prayers, and many were healed. Yusuf, Lila's husband, returned from his journey and asked about his wife. The people told him Lila sinned and was stoned for her crime. This news made Yusuf very sad and angry. He went to see his brother Shimon and found that Shimon had lost his sight. The witnesses who spoke against Lila had also become very sick. Some neighbors spoke to Yusuf and said, "Take your blind brother Shimon and go to a righteous woman who worships God. She lives in the land of the just king. Ask her to pray for him." So Yusuf took his blind brother and the witnesses who lied about Lila and began a long journey. On the way, they met several people who were suffering from serious illnesses. First, they met Ibrahim and his friend. This friend had once tried to kill Lila. Next, they met a blind young man named Khalid, the one who had sold Lila. Finally, they met a merchant who had been struck by a great wave and suffered great pain. When they reached Lila's home, they asked her to pray for them to be healed. Lila agreed and said, "I will pray for anyone who admits their mistakes." Shimon spoke first, saying, "I looked at my brother's wife with desire and falsely accused her of adultery." Then the witnesses said, "We lied about Lila for money." Ibrahim's friend also confessed, "I wanted to kill Lila, but I made a mistake and killed Ibrahim's son instead." Then Khalid said, "Lila saved me, but I tried to tempt her. When she refused, I sold her to the merchant for 300 dinars. Finally, the merchant confessed, "I tried to force Lila, but she refused. So I hit her. Then a storm came and my ship sank." After hearing these confessions, Lila spoke to Yusuf and showed him her face. Yusuf began to cry and said, "God knows you are innocent." Lila continued, "You have heard the words of your brother and the witnesses. One man sold me and took the money. Another tried to force me, and his ship sank. You can choose to punish them or forgive them, but I have forgiven them for the sake of God." Then she said to Ibrahim, "This man killed your son." Layla raised her hands and prayed to God to heal them, and God answered her prayer. After that, Yusuf and Layla returned home together. The end. That's all for today. We hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to our channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. See you next time.